Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to the daily analysis. Today is the 26th of June 2019. Today we'll just be talking about the analysis that was sent out this morning, and again as well as what will be happening for the up and coming week as our potential trades plan out. Right. First thing, as usual, we look at the news, and as we see the news today, we can see that there was some pound news out this morning at about 11:15, right, which was some high impact news. And then for the rest of today, as we spoke about yesterday, there is quite a bit of US news happening at 2:30 this afternoon. A lot of high impact US news will be happening. So as we look further down, that will be the rest of the high impact news for today. So if you are trading any of the US pairs, please just be mindful that at 2:30 we could have a spike in the news. And then as we look further in tomorrow, if you are holding any trades over the course of the night, just be mindful that tomorrow we have some high European news, just one news event at 2 o'clock. And then we have some more high impact US news happening on Thursday at 2:30. Right, moving on to Friday, ending of our week, we have some Tokyo news happening early hours of the morning at 10 to 2. So if you are holding any JPY trades, just be mindful of that. I'm not saying stay awake till that time or watch the market at that time. I'm just saying be mindful that if you do get spiked out, whether it's a take profit or a stop loss, that could have been the potential reason why. Later on during the course of Friday, we have some pound news as well as euro news coming out at 10:30 for the pound and at 11 for the euro. Right, we have two high impact news events happening at 11 for the euro tomorrow on Friday, and then later on the course of Friday, the final high impact news event for the week will be a US news event, and that will be at 4 p.m. the afternoon. Right, so now that we have an idea of more or less what currency pairs we should be keeping in mind that we could potentially get spiked out, as I said, whether it's a stop or take profit, for the next 3 days we should be focusing a lot on the dollar, as there's a lot of dollar news coming out, as well as euro and a little bit of pound news. Okay, let's have a look at the charts. First thing I always focus on in the morning is the dollar index, as that gives me a good indication of what potentially could be happening to the dollar for the rest of the day, the rest of the week, and potentially the rest of the month. Right, so as we spoke about yesterday, or for the past 2 days, and mostly yesterday, about this hammer that we were waiting to end. It ended quite nicely with a nice pair of candlestick exhaustion, where the sellers couldn't push further past this bullish channel, supporting bullish channel line, right? And as you can see, the market has inspected this level quite nicely, and it has started to make its way to the top, right? Starting to trade bullish. I will then further my personal analysis. I'll then further go down, and what I'll be looking for is the first higher low. So if we look at the market, we can see that the market has been trading bearish from the moment it turned, because here we were trading bullish. We had the market pushing up, then pulling a bit down, before continuing to push up, pulling a little bit down again, and continuing to push up in our waves. And this is the first time the market has turned, but if you look at it, it's quite a deep impulse. Right, so I'm looking for a retracement to pull back more or less till I get this P equals F. Right, at least until this P equals F, if not all the way to the top of the channel line. But here we've got a nice level of resistance, as well as over here we have a nice level of resistance. Right, so these are the potential levels I'll be targeting first, as these are the levels that the market could potentially continue to trade bearish. However, that does not mean that we should just let it run without potentially looking for other trades in other currency pairs. This just means that we can speculate for the next few days that we could potentially be trading bullish with the dollar. I'll be analyzing this market quickly. Just pop that in. Okay. So as we see, we have a nice key level around this P equals F. Right, there's a nice 38.2 fib found on this level that we could potentially use as a good indicator that the market could start to trade bearish again. right? Continuing this A down to B, up to a level of C, to continue down to D. However, we could also potentially have the market just pushing up to this level before pulling down again, giving us a new level of A up to a level of B, coming to test this P equals F area over here before continuing to trade further bullish. Right, so there's always a buy and a sell opportunity in the market at the exact same time. Right, always a buy and a sell opportunity at the exact same time. And as I spoke about yesterday, I always analyze both, or I always analyze from both sides, and I forecast my predicted movements. And as those forecasts start planning out and as they start happening, those are the plans I start sticking towards. And when it does go exactly the way I forecasted, when it moves up to a certain price point and then back down, or vice versa, it moves down to a certain price point and then back up to my key level, once it gets to my key level, that's when I'll be focusing on candlestick patterns and candlestick confirmations to actually enter the trade. Right. I also, as I spoke about yesterday, I also like to use a lot of qualities of the trend: higher lows, higher lows and higher highs, as well as lower highs and lower lows, as that gives me a good indication that the market is trending in my intended direction. So the outcome of this, or my speculation of this, is that the dollar should potentially increase at least until the end of the week. Right, so now that I have an understanding that I could potentially see the dollar strengthening, I can go look at another pair like my Euro USD. And okay, this is already the analysis I sent out this morning, where I said I want to see the market making a lower high before I enter into my trade, which it looks like this is the point right here where the market has actually came to test my level before starting to pull a bit down. Once you actually enter this trade, the market will then extend. You can find the reason why I've got this level here is not only is it a good P equals F, but I also duplicated my original trend line. Right? I just duplicated this line and it fitted perfectly in there. I then took my retracement level, duplicated that, and that fit perfectly in there. I then duplicated my impulse line again to give me that level there. Right, so I didn't just draw in these levels, I'm actually using support and resistance as well as duplicating the initial impulse movements. And you can see I've added in arrows here indicating that for every lower high, remember in a bear trend we want to sell lower highs, in a bull trend we want to buy higher lows. So these arrows are actually indicating the lower highs, the potential key areas where you would find lower highs that we could potentially enter sells into the trade. However, when it does get to this key area over here, we're not just going to sell because there's an arrow here. We have to allow the market to push past that level and then retrace to that level, giving us P equals F, as well as we need candlestick confirmation before we can enter that trade. So, sorry, just to go back to the analysis, we normally start from daily and we work our way down to lower time frames. So this is the plan for the lower time frame. That was the first one shown, unfortunately. Let me just take you back to the daily to show you the overall analysis plan, our overall target of this trade. Alright, let me just get out of these lines. If we go over to our daily plan, we can see here that there's quite a strong supporting area in this area over here, where the market is actually busy respecting this resistance area and is starting to push down. Buyers cannot push this market up anymore, and sellers are starting to bring it in. They're starting to come in to push the market down. So this is my daily plan that I said, you know, if the market does actually start to trend bearish from here, then I will start to enter in on the lower time frames on all the lower highs. And I will continue to scale into the trade, you know, adding in more positions until I hit one of these two take profits. My first take profit being on this level of support with a take profit of plus minus 190 pips, and then further down right at the bottom support with a take profit of being 250 pips. This trade could potentially continue if it does continue to trade bearish to an even greater take profit. However, this is a very strong low, as we haven't been at this low in about 104 weeks, almost 2 whole years. We haven't been at this low. We only at this low now in almost 2 years. Right? So it is quite a key area, quite a key low area that we could potentially see the market moving up from. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment in the comment section. I can answer your questions directly during the analysis. If you have any questions afterwards, please feel free to message me or call me or ask me to call you or email me or any of the above, and then I can get into contact with you and explain a few odds and ends that maybe you're not understanding. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the analysis. I hope it brought some value to your trading plan. And enjoy the rest of the week. Good luck, traders. Trade well. Thank you.